If you are seeing this, it is not a random occurrence. Consider it a deliberate transmission, a message from a future version of yourself, indicating that a profound and positive shift is on the verge of unfolding in your life. This is more than a hunch. It is a phenomenon we can understand through the lens of modern science, a process where a highly probable future state begins to synchronize with your current reality. Stay with me. This is not mere speculation. What follows is a guide for the final phase of your metamorphosis. In the next 50 minutes, I will outline the principles that make this possible. I will reveal the 3 key indicators that this is actively happening to you right now, and I will provide a clear, actionable plan to secure this new reality so it becomes your permanent experience. This approach isn't rooted in abstract ideas or simple positive thinking. It draws on concepts from advanced physics, such as state potentiality and temporal influence. State potentiality suggests that all possible outcomes exist simultaneously until one is actualized. You have been navigating a vast ocean of what could be. But through your dedication, your clarity, and your sustained focus, you have poured so much energy into one specific potential that it has gained a kind of magnetic pull. It has started to draw you toward it. Temporal influence is the scientifically explored idea that a future state can affect the present. An outcome can send ripples backward in time, influencing events that precede it. What you are sensing now, that mix of exhilaration and deep-seated anxiety, is the ripple effect of a triumph that, from a future point, has already occurred. This is why you feel that almost unbearable tension. You are so close you can sense it. You can almost touch the fabric of this new existence at the periphery of your perception. Yet, it hasn't fully solidified in your tangible world. The gap between what you know is coming and what you currently see is creating a powerful internal dissonance, shaking you to your core. You're afraid of making a mistake at the final moment, of saying the wrong thing, of letting a single doubt unravel everything. You are terrified of losing it all just as you reach the finish line. That feeling is not a sign of impending failure. It is the primary symptom of reality's merging. It is the friction of 2 states of being coming into alignment. It is proof that the process is not only working but is in its final, critical stage. If the timing of this message feels uniquely significant to you, treat that as your first confirmation. Acknowledge it by engaging with this content now. It's a way of signaling your readiness to the universe. So, what exactly unfolds before a major life shift? It often begins with a signal like this one. A disruption in your normal pattern. A communication that seems to speak directly to the most private, knowing part of you, validating what your inner voice has been telling you for weeks. You are on the cusp of a breakthrough. The simplest way to grasp this complex event is through a metaphor I call the distant summit. Imagine your ultimate success, the life-altering achievement you've been moving toward, has already been secured. It is an established fact in your near future, as real as the chair you are sitting on. Picture it as a majestic peak you have already conquered, just beyond your current line of sight. You cannot yet see the summit itself, but you can hear its echoes. That strange, deep-seated certainty you feel in quiet moments. That's the echo. The meaningful coincidences accelerating around you. Those are the echoes. The intense fear of losing it all. That, too, is an echo, the sound of your old reality's foundation straining under the weight of the new one arriving. You are not hoping for a mountain to appear. You are already hearing the echoes from its peak. This isn't about hope in the abstract. It's about mechanics. By the end of this, you will move from anxiously waiting for a wind to confidently facilitating its arrival. You will transition from being a passenger on your life's path to being its navigator. Your victory is not something you are chasing. It is something you are now, finally, prepared to accept. So, if that blend of terror and excitement is the symptom, what is the cause? And more importantly, how do you quiet the fear that it might all slip away? To understand this, we must look beyond surface-level motivation and into the fundamental structure of existence. According to modern physics, you are not living a single, linear life. At every moment, you are at the center of an infinite field of potential realities, a superposition of every possible outcome. Imagine them as countless parallel paths, all radiating from the you that exists right now. For most of your life, you may have moved through this field unconsciously. Your reality felt fixed because your energy, your dominant thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, was scattered, activating many potential paths with low probability. You were a diffuse light in a sea of possibilities. But then you began your work. You focused. You clarified your intention. You did the internal work to maintain an emotional state aligned with the victory you desired. With every mindful action, every choice to operate from trust instead of fear, you began to channel your energy. You stopped powering thousands of mediocre paths and started pouring the full force of your consciousness into one. That path began to brighten. Out of the infinite possibilities, one reality started to vibrate with such intensity, such high probability, that it gained energetic mass. It became magnetically dominant. This is your victory path. It is no longer a faint possibility. It is a near certainty, a point of attraction that is now pulling your present moment toward it. The echoes you are hearing, the synchronicities you are seeing, this content appearing for you now, these are the first tangible effects of its magnetic pull. Your future is, in a very real sense, reaching back through time and reorganizing the present to ensure its own manifestation. This is the convergence of paths. Explained simply, your future has already been secured, and it is now broadcasting its signal back to your present. Your only task is to learn how to receive it clearly. But here is the critical challenge. This is the point where many people stumble. Right at the threshold, the signal from your victory path is pure, coherent, and of a very high frequency. It is the frequency of peace, certainty, and already having succeeded. Yet, you are still standing in your present reality, which is filled with the residual noise of your old self, the years of doubt, the conditioning of scarcity, the ingrained memory of past setbacks. This creates a chaotic, low-frequency field around you. It is energetic interference. The central problem is not that your victory is unreal or not coming. It is that its clear signal is being distorted by the static of your current reality. The fear you feel, the doubt that creeps in, the sudden urge to self-sabotage, that is not the real you. That is the static. It is the phantom echo of a path that is fading away, fighting for its existence as your new reality overwrites it. This is why we must now engage in a deliberate, conscious process. A protocol designed specifically for this final, delicate phase. I call it the anchoring protocol. This is not another technique for creating from scratch. You have already done that. This is a protocol for signal clarification. It is the process of methodically identifying and silencing every source of static in your field so that your personal frequency becomes a perfect, crystal clear receiver for the echo of the wind that is already yours. This also explains why all the old methods suddenly stop working at this stage. Why does the hustle and grind mentality, which may have served you in the past, now feel so heavy and counterproductive? Because hustling, striving, and trying harder are actions born from the frequency of not having it yet. Effort at this stage is a declaration of lack. It is you shouting into the universe, "I'm still trying to get it." Which creates a deafening static that drowns out the quiet, confident whisper from your future that says, "I am already here." The work of pursuit is over. The internal construction is complete. You have built the vessel. Any further frantic effort is like a shipbuilder who has finished a beautiful ship but continues to hammer nails into its hull. It doesn't strengthen the ship, it threatens to sink it. Think about your old life for a moment. Has it started to feel strangely distant, like a story you once read? That feeling is a key indicator. It's proof that your consciousness is already detaching from that path. To try and operate from that old model of force and effort is to attempt to resync with a reality you have already outgrown. This requires a new paradigm. A complete reversal of your perceived role. You have spent your whole journey trying to build a bridge to a distant, beautiful future. You have gathered the materials, laid the foundation, and worked tirelessly. But now, as you stand at the edge, you must realize the truth. your future has already extended a bridge back to you. It is solid and complete. Your only task now is not to build, but to walk. To stop all frantic activity and simply allow yourself to be drawn across by the magnetic force of the victory that is already waiting. This is a shift from force to trust, from active pursuit to masterful, conscious surrender. You are not pushing the river, you are simply allowing its current to carry you home. For years, you may have been taught to see yourself as a radio receiver. Your only job, they said, was to painstakingly tune your dial through the static, hoping to catch a faint signal from a future where you had one. But what if that entire model is backwards? What if the constant effort of tuning, the anxiety of getting the frequency just right, is the very thing creating the static? Here lies the central paradox of profound change. We believe we are here in the present, desperately trying to build a bridge to a victorious future. The mind-bending, reality-shattering truth is the exact opposite. Your victorious future self is the one building the bridge back to you. The win you are seeking is not a distant, uncertain possibility you are trying to create. It is a concrete, established reality that is actively trying to pull you forward. That echo we spoke of? It's not a random cosmic event. It is a deliberate, targeted broadcast. And the broadcast is coming from you. The infinitely powerful, peaceful, and successful version of you who has already won is the one sending the signal. They are the one who orchestrated the synchronicities. They are the one who cleared the path. They are the one who ensured this specific message would find you at this exact moment of convergence. This changes everything. Instantly, the entire dynamic flips. The desperate striving can cease. The frantic effort can dissolve. The fear that you might mess it up becomes an impossibility. Why? Because the most powerful agent in this process is the version of you that already holds the trophy. You can stop trying to predict the path and start collaborating with the guide who has already walked it. The win is no longer just possible or even probable. It becomes an orchestrated, inevitable event, a homecoming. You are not trying to manifest a new reality from scratch. You are simply allowing a pre-existing, more dominant reality to finally merge with your point of perception. You cannot fail at a task that has already been completed by your own expanded self. Your only job is to allow the completion to be revealed. This requires a profound shift in your approach. Your role changes from that of a seeker to that of an anchor. A seeker is always looking outward, always feeling a sense of lack. Their energy is one of forward-leaning desperation, forever climbing a mountain they can't quite reach. An anchor is different. An anchor is solid, grounded, a point of immense stability and power. You are not climbing the mountain. You are the anchor point on the ground, holding the line with absolute certainty, as your future self, who is already at the summit, effortlessly descends to meet you. Your only task is to hold the frequency of that certainty, to be the stable, unwavering point in the present that allows the future to lock into place. What if every challenge of the last few months wasn't a setback, but a final exam meticulously designed by your future self to prepare you for this exact moment? What if every moment of doubt was a test of your ability to hold the anchor steady? Every person who walked away was making space. Every plan that fell apart was clearing the path for a far grander one. It was all a curriculum to forge you into the perfect anchor for the reality that was waiting. This is how you lock in a new path. You stop trying to transmit a request to the universe and realize you are receiving a directive from your own future. And in that realization, your very identity transforms. You are no longer a hopeful candidate for success. You are the past self of a guaranteed victor. You are a historical figure to your own future. You are simply playing out the final triumphant scenes of a story that has already been written. The suspense is gone. The outcome is secured. All that is left is for you to walk through the remaining scenes with the calm, unshakable confidence of someone who has already read the last page. You are not becoming the person who wins. You are remembering that you already have. This revelation is a tangible reality that you are already living. Your future self isn't just sending you a vague feeling. It is actively leaving clues in your present, quantum fingerprints designed to guide you. I call these the convergence markers. These are the undeniable, often counterintuitive signs that prove the broadcast from your victorious future is being received. You have been experiencing them, but likely misinterpreting them through the lens of your old path, seeing them as problems instead of confirmations. Today, that changes. I am going to reveal the 3 primary convergence markers that your future self is leaving for you right now. The first, and perhaps most unsettling marker, is the Great Release. Think about your life just a few months ago. Your job, your routines, your social circles, even the hobbies that once defined you. Now, feel into them today. Do they suddenly feel distant, hollow, like you're watching a documentary about someone else's life? You might go through the motions, but the passion is gone. Conversations with old friends may feel like echoes from a language you no longer speak. This is not depression or apathy. It is a profound energetic incompatibility. Your very being is recalibrating to the higher frequency of your victory path. As your frequency rises to meet the incoming signal of your success, everything that belongs to the lower frequency of your old reality must naturally fall away. It can no longer resonate with you. It's like trying to play a vinyl record on a digital streaming device, the formats are incompatible. This release can feel isolating, like you're losing your identity. But you are not losing anything that is meant for you. You are making space. Your future self is orchestrating a grand clearing, ensuring that when the victory fully materializes, there is nothing present that can dilute its power. That job you no longer care about? It's because your future self already has the purpose that fulfills you. Those draining relationships? They belong to a version of you that no longer exists. Do not cling to the shedding leaves. Recognize this release for what it is, the most powerful confirmation that your new reality is so close, so dominant, that it is literally pushing the old one out of existence. You are outgrowing your past in real time. The second convergence marker is even more paradoxical. It is the unshakable calm. Your external world might still be in flux. There might be financial pressures, logistical challenges, a storm of uncertainty that, logically, should be causing you immense stress. Your analytical mind might be screaming that you should be panicking. And yet, deep inside, beneath the surface noise, there is a stillness. An illogical peace. A quiet, unwavering certainty that everything is going to be okay, more than okay. This feeling has no logical basis in your current circumstances, and that is precisely why it is so significant. This is not denial. This is resonance. Your central nervous system, the most sophisticated receiver you possess, is already tuning into the settled, peaceful frequency of your post-victory timeline. It has locked onto the broadcast from your future self, the self who has already navigated the chaos, solved the problems, and is now living in the reality of the win. Your body is feeling the emotional reality of a future that has already happened. This calm is your anchor in the storm. It is proof that while the waves of your old reality crash around you, the core of your being is already standing on the solid ground of your new one. When the world tells you to be afraid, and a quiet voice deep inside you whispers, it is already handled, always trust the whisper. That is not a whisper from your anxious present self. It is a broadcast from the you who has already won. And this leads to the third and most explicit convergence marker, the symphony of signs. You've noticed it. You may have dismissed it, but you have noticed it. The sudden, undeniable acceleration of meaningful coincidences. It's not just seeing repeating numbers occasionally. It's seeing them constantly. It's thinking of a solution and then stumbling upon a book that details it perfectly. It's hearing the same unique phrase from 3 different, unconnected sources in a single day. And it is this very transmission finding you at this exact moment in your life. This is the pinnacle of this phenomenon. These are not random chances. The universe is not a random place. It is a finely tuned system of energetic resonance. This symphony is the universe confirming that the communication channel between your future self and your present self is wide open, clear, and fully operational. Your future self is using the language of reality itself to send you confirmations and guide you home.